Most older adults believe they're doing everything right. They eat eggs for breakfast, chicken at lunch, maybe fish for dinner. And yet somehow, every year, they feel a little weaker. Getting out of a chair takes more effort. Carrying groceries feels heavier. Climbing stairs becomes a challenge. At first, it seems normal, just another part of getting older. But what if I told you the problem isn't that you're not eating protein? The real problem is that your body may no longer be using that protein the way it once did. In fact, researchers now know that after age 60, many adults develop something called anabolic resistance. Think of it like this. When you were younger, a small amount of protein acted like a key that easily unlocked muscle growth. Now that same key barely fits the lock. So even though you're eating protein every day, your muscles may be getting less and less of the message to rebuild. And that's exactly why millions of seniors continue losing muscle despite believing they're eating enough. What's even more surprising is that one of the most common breakfast habits among older adults may actually make the problem worse. Tonight, you'll discover why protein works differently after age 60. The hidden leucine threshold most seniors never reach. Why spreading protein evenly throughout the day matters more than total intake. The surprising reason walking alone may not protect your muscles. And the simple daily habit that can dramatically improve how your body uses protein. Because the truth is this: muscle loss doesn't just affect strength, it affects independence, the ability to stand up without assistance, to carry your own luggage, to keep living life on your own terms. And the next discovery may explain why so many older adults are unknowingly accelerating muscle loss every single morning. 1. The breakfast that looks healthy, but fails your muscles. Arthur was 74. Every morning he had the same breakfast: toast, coffee, a little yogurt, sometimes a banana. His doctor told him he was eating reasonably well. His weight stayed stable. His blood tests looked acceptable. Yet, over the years, something kept changing. His legs became weaker. His balance worsened. Getting up from the couch started requiring a push from his arms. Arthur couldn't understand it. He wasn't starving. So why were his muscles disappearing? The answer begins inside your muscle cells. Scientists now know that muscle growth depends on a process called muscle protein synthesis. Think of this as your body's repair crew. Every day, tiny amounts of muscle tissue break down. The repair crew rebuilds them. When you're young, the repair crew shows up quickly. As we age, the workers become harder to activate. This is where leucine enters the story. Leucine is one of the most important amino acids for triggering muscle protein synthesis. It's like pressing the start button on the repair crew. Researchers have found that older adults often need around 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine in a meal to fully activate muscle-building pathways, such as mTOR. The problem? Many typical senior breakfasts provide far less. A piece of toast, a banana, a small yogurt, even oatmeal alone. These foods may be nutritious, but they often fail to reach the leucine threshold needed to wake up aging muscle. Imagine trying to start a car with a battery that's only half charged. The engine sputters. Nothing happens. Your muscles experience something similar. Protein is present, but the signal is too weak. A practical target for many older adults is 30–40 grams of high-quality protein at breakfast. Include leucine-rich foods such as eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, fish, poultry, or whey protein. Aim for roughly 2.53 grams of leucine per meal. For someone with arthritis or limited mobility, this can be done without complicated cooking. 2 eggs, a serving of Greek yogurt, a protein-rich smoothie. Simple adjustments, big difference. But here's what surprised researchers. Even seniors who finally eat enough protein at breakfast can still lose muscle, because another hidden mistake often appears later in the day, and most people never see it coming. 2. Why total protein isn't the whole story. Margaret was 71. Unlike Arthur, she understood protein was important. She made sure to get plenty. In fact, by dinner, she often consumed most of her daily protein in one large meal: a piece of fish, chicken, beans, maybe even a protein drink. Surely that should solve the problem, right? Not exactly. Researchers studying aging muscles discovered something fascinating. Your muscles don't simply store unlimited muscle-building signals all day long. Instead, they respond best to repeated stimulation. Think of your muscles like a garden. Watering the garden once a week with a giant bucket doesn't work nearly as well as watering it consistently throughout the week. The same principle applies to protein. Many seniors eat very little protein at breakfast, very little protein at lunch, most of their protein at dinner. This pattern leaves muscles understimulated for much of the day. And during those long gaps, muscle breakdown continues. Scientists increasingly recommend distributing protein more evenly. For many adults over 60, a useful target is breakfast, 30–40 grams, lunch, 30–40 grams, dinner, 30–40 grams. This creates multiple opportunities to activate muscle protein synthesis. Each meal becomes a signal, a reminder to your muscles that they're still needed, that they're still valuable, that they should stay. And that's especially important because aging brings another challenge called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that occurs with age. Beginning as early as your 40s and accelerating after 60, it quietly steals power from your legs, hips, and core. What's frightening is that many people don't notice it until everyday tasks become difficult. Standing up, walking uphill, preventing a fall, carrying groceries. The loss happens slowly enough to feel invisible, until one day it isn't. Now, if you have bad knees or chronic joint pain, you might be thinking, that's great, but exercise isn't easy for me. And that's a valid concern, because protein alone cannot fully stop muscle loss. In fact, without another critical signal, much of that protein may never be used efficiently. What researchers discovered next changed how many experts think about aging muscle entirely. And it starts with a message your muscles have been waiting to hear. 3. The signal your muscles are desperately waiting for. Walter was 78. He took protein seriously. Every day, he drank a protein shake. He ate eggs, chicken, fish. His protein intake looked better than most people half his age. But during a routine checkup, his doctor noticed something troubling. Walter's muscle mass was still declining. Not rapidly, but steadily. Enough to matter. Enough to increase his risk of falls. Enough to threaten the independence he valued so deeply. Walter couldn't understand it. If protein is the building material, why wasn't it working? The answer reveals one of the biggest misunderstandings in healthy aging. Protein supplies the bricks, but resistance activity tells the body where to build. Without that signal, your body becomes far less interested in investing those valuable amino acids into muscle tissue. Think of your muscles as a retirement account. Protein is the money being deposited. Resistance training is the instruction telling the account where those funds should go. Without instructions, the deposits become far less effective. This is where muscle protein synthesis and mTOR work together. mTOR acts like a construction manager. Leucine helps wake it up. But mechanical tension from muscle contraction tells it construction is actually needed. When both signals arrive together, the rebuilding process becomes dramatically stronger. The encouraging news? You don't need a gym, you don't need heavy barbells, you don't need to become a bodybuilder. Many older adults benefit from sit-to-stands from a sturdy chair, wall push-ups, step-ups on a low stair, resistance bands, supported squats holding a countertop, a practical starting protocol, 2–3 sessions weekly, 20–30 minutes per session, 8–12 repetitions per movement, 1–3 sets, depending on ability. If you have arthritis, reduce range of motion. If balance is a concern, use stable support. If energy is low, begin with just one set. Consistency matters far more than intensity. Researchers repeatedly find that even very old adults can stimulate muscle growth when given the proper signal. Some studies have documented meaningful strength improvements in participants well into their 80s and beyond. But here's the surprising part. Even when protein and resistance exercise are combined, another hidden biological obstacle may still be limiting results. And it involves tiny structures inside your cells that most people have never heard of. 4. The aging power plants stealing your strength. Eleanor was 76. Her biggest complaint wasn't weakness, it was fatigue. She felt tired all the time, not exhausted, just drained. The kind of fatigue that makes simple tasks feel bigger than they should. The kind that causes people to sit down more often, walk less frequently, move more cautiously. Over time, that subtle reduction in movement creates a dangerous cycle. Less movement leads to less muscle stimulation. Less stimulation leads to weaker muscles. Weaker muscles lead to even less movement. But what was happening beneath the surface? The answer lies inside structures called mitochondria. Think of mitochondria as tiny power plants inside your cells. Their job is to convert nutrients into usable energy. When we're younger, these power plants run efficiently. As we age, many begin to slow down. Energy production decreases. Recovery becomes harder. Muscle maintenance becomes less efficient. This affects far more than exercise. It influences walking speed, balance, endurance, recovery after activity, overall vitality. Fortunately, researchers have identified one of the most powerful ways to support mitochondrial function, and it doesn't require expensive supplements. It doesn't require fancy equipment, it simply requires movement, specifically daily walking, light aerobic activity, regular movement throughout the day, a practical target, 20-30 minutes of walking most days, or 3-1-0-minute walks spread throughout the day. Aim for a pace that slightly increases breathing while still allowing conversation. This improves insulin sensitivity as well. Why does that matter? Because insulin functions like a delivery system. When insulin sensitivity is healthy, nutrients move efficiently into cells. When it declines, muscles become less responsive. The body becomes less effective at using nutrients, including protein. That's why walking after meals can be so powerful. Just 10 minutes after eating may help improve glucose control and metabolic health. But researchers discovered an even bigger benefit. This simple habit may amplify nearly everything we've discussed tonight, and most seniors overlook it completely. Before we continue, I'd love to hear from you. What physical activity feels harder today than it did 5 years ago? Is it climbing stairs, getting out of a chair, walking longer distances, carrying groceries? Share your answer in the comments. You may be surprised how many others are facing the exact same challenge, and sometimes realizing you're not alone is the first step toward changing the story. But now let's talk about the one free habit that makes protein, exercise, and metabolism work better together. Imagine spending money on seeds, preparing the soil, watering carefully, then never giving the plants sunlight. That's what many older adults unknowingly do with muscle health. The missing ingredient? Consistent sleep. Sleep is when much of your repair work happens. During deep sleep, your body coordinates recovery processes that affect muscle protein synthesis, hormonal signaling, insulin sensitivity, brain function, energy production. Poor sleep disrupts these systems simultaneously. It's like trying to rebuild a house while the construction crew keeps leaving halfway through the project. Researchers consistently find associations between inadequate sleep and accelerated muscle loss, poorer recovery, and reduced physical performance in older adults. A simple protocol. Maintain a consistent bedtime. Aim for 7-9 hours nightly. Reduce bright screens during the final hour before bed. Keep the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Get morning sunlight exposure within the first hour after waking whenever possible. Morning sunlight helps regulate circadian rhythms. Think of it as resetting your body's master clock. This small habit improves sleep quality later that night, and better sleep improves recovery. Better recovery improves exercise performance. Better exercise performance improves muscle preservation. Everything begins working together, and that's when aging starts looking very different. Here's what I hope you remember. The problem was never simply getting older. The problem was losing the signals that tell your body to stay strong. Protein is one signal, resistance activity is another, walking is another, cardiovascular signals. When these signals arrive consistently, remarkable things can happen. Not overnight, not magically, but steadily, powerfully, predictably. Researchers continue to discover that aging muscles remain far more adaptable than previously believed, even in your 70s, even in your 80s, sometimes beyond. Your body is constantly listening. It responds to the messages you send every day, every meal, every walk, every squat from a chair, every night of quality sleep. Those signals matter because independence isn't protected by luck. It's protected by habits. The ability to stand up confidently, to carry groceries, to travel, to play with grandchildren, to live life on your own terms. Those freedoms are built one decision at a time. And perhaps the most important lesson of all is this. Your body doesn't care about your birth certificate. Your biology responds to the signals you send. Start sending stronger signals. Start today. Because the goal isn't simply living longer, it's remaining capable while you do. Age is a number. Strength is a decision. Stronger, longer, independent.